Me and my client took way too long trying to come up with this set, but it turned out. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to show you guys how, of course, I achieved this beautiful holiday set. Yeah, that's what's going on. Wintry, I want to say wintry. Yeah, this wintry holiday set. My client came in, she wanted something a little bit different that wasn't just like red, green, Christmas style. So we did what you see here. And these are my client's previous nails. They are 8 weeks old. And you can watch me do this set. Of course, it's a Halloween design. But if you just want to see application, everything I use, then, of course, watch that video. You don't have to watch the whole thing. So I removed that set. I could have filled that. I could have, but why? And they were stained. I mean, very obviously they were 8 weeks old, but they're literally stained because I think she said she dyed some pants or something like that. So I don't want you to think that was just casual discoloration. I mean, of course it happens. Matte nails stain. Usually you can clean them off with a little alcohol acetone, but those, yeah, literally had dye. Anyways, so yeah, be careful when you have matte nails. That's the takeaway there. So I'm using the preppy bit from my Elegance to just kind of push back the cuticle, get some of that remaining product off the surface. Now I'm using the, what's this bit called? Itty Bitty. I'm gonna get it together. And just further trying to get a little detailed in those nooks and crannies and remove that dead skin growing on her nail plate, otherwise known as the cuticle. So I'm just holding this bit as parallel as possible to the surface of the nail, the area that I'm working on. So at some areas it doesn't look like I'm flat against the nail, but that area isn't at that angle, so the bit won't be at that angle. Hopefully that makes sense. So, because there's like a little hill going over to the left, my bit's it looks vertical, but it's horizontal. Parallel to the surface of her nail. And this is at about 7,000, 8,000 RPMs. That's what I use the preppy bit at. That's what I use most of the prepping bits in general. You guys will see me use always about between 6,000 and 8,000 RPMs. Now, I put my E-file in reverse, and instead of going from right to left, because I'm right-handed, I'm still using my right hand, of course. I put it on reverse, and now I'm going from left to right, and I'm just kind of getting that dead skin from a different angle. It kind of helps me out. Now I'm using the Buffy bit just to remove that dead skin from the eponychium, loosen that up. Anything that's kind of too crazy to come up, just kind of with flaking that off, and with the buffing portion of this, I will clip with some nippers, and it is just the dead skin that, again, we've talked about this before. You want to argue about it, you can argue about it in the comments. I ain't gonna argue with you, but you can. So I'm just removing the dead skin only, and I'll go back later on in the process and rebuff this area because we're giving straight little nips. We want to ensure that it is on kind of like a micro level, not just straight cuts. So I like to go in and buff out that surface, but I'll do it later. So I'm using Light Elegance Tack Air Bond, and I'm using the Apres Extend Gel in the acid-free tip primer, the prep, and then I'm using the Gel X extensions, and this is it's their mixed little colored set, and I really like this set. I wish they made them longer, and last time I looked they were sold out, this stiletto. I wish they made them I mean, they do make them stiletto. They were just sold out. So I got them in coffin. I think it's coffin long. But I wish I made them extra long. I wish they did more of those. I wish they focused a little more on those, especially like different versions of nudes, but not all mixed together. You know what I'm saying? Like one box of like peach nude. You know what I mean? It'd be phenomenal. So I used that Air Bond. Well, I cleansed the whole surface of the nail. And then I used Air Bond and let that air dry. It's a primer. It interacts with the moisture in the air. So just it air dries, Air Bond. And that is a primer I like to use. And then I use like Elegance Tack, which cures in the light. Now I'm going to be doing, after I cure that tack in the light, in the LED, I'm going to apply that Apres Extend Gel to the surface of her natural nail, just as basically a base gel. And what I'm going to do after I apply this, I'm going to kind of build up the sidewalls of her nails on the free edge. And the reason I'm doing this is because she has a mean C curve going, especially since these were soaked off. It kind of, the natural nail curves a little more dramatically when you do that. It can. I'm not saying every time, but in my experience, I find that it does. So I'm just kind of building it up on the side to ensure that I have good coverage of the tip and it's easier to apply. So once I've sized these and everything, I didn't really have to file the actual shape of the nail. I use that prep, which is so you don't have to buff the inside of the nail. It basically etches the surface. Applied that Extend Gel. I kind of just do what I would like to call a slip layer on the actual tip itself. And then I put a bigger bead towards the cuticle area, kind of wipe my brush off on it. You'll see, I'll show it a few more times. And then I apply it to the nail, starting, of course, from the cuticle area, pressing down. So I'm just showing you this process. I'm etching it, my air quotes, with that primer. And you see right there, that's my quote unquote slip layer for that. And then I apply that bigger bead when I scrape it at the back. Then I go in, try and kind of go like at a 45-degree angle with the tip to the natural nail. Then it just wasn't right. I'm leaving in the clip showing you guys that, I get it wrong. I mean, I've never stated to be an Apres master, but it does take time to get, to a place where you're comfortable, and I could still excel in the application of it. Yeah, I just want to practice. I really like it. I think it can go even further than what it's gone so far. It is a beautiful system. Please don't let people tell you guys that it's not a professional thing, because they're to have these lasting for a long time and getting a nice, beautiful look around the cuticle area and make sure everything just wears beautifully. Like, yeah, you can probably get away doing this yourself at home and it'll do just fine. Okay, but we're talking about perfecting what somebody can do at home, making sure prep is good. So you're like, oh, well, I do it, but it lasts a week or two and it pops off. That takes the knowledge of a nail tech, to know what to do, what the issue is. Like, oh, I can do it, but it kind of looks bulky around the cuticle area. We have e-files and training, and we know how to taper that cuticle area and everything. So I just say that to say, if you are like feeling like, oh, I'm not into that because that's not professional, I really do beg to differ. I mean, clients are able to buy acrylic kits at the Walgreens, the CVS, Rite Aid. So just because something is available to them to do on themselves, which is possible, I think it's actually fine to test those things out on yourself, to experiment on yourself. I mean, of course, make sure you're reading directions and everything. But it's just not going to be the same as when a professional does it. I mean, of course, a well-studied and well-practiced professional, but, nonetheless. So now I'm taking, this is the shaper bit. It's essentially a cross-cut bit. And I am tapering the Apres nail around the cuticle area. Just making sure we have a nice flush nail so it looks like any other enhancement. Just making sure it doesn't have that press-on look or anything like that. And once you're able to get that down, make sure you have good application. That has some wiggle room. You can kind of try not to have a lot of air bubbles, but you can kind of file out any other issues you may have for the most part. You don't want to get it on the skin, of course, never on the skin. But I definitely, I'm hard gel all day, builder gel all day. I think Apres is a great system. And of course, I think polygel is great as well. I think polygel is really great. And I'm thinking of using more of it on my channel. I have no issue, no beef with it. I just don't have a lot of it. But I really do enjoy it. So, yeah, I urge you to try any of those things or a mix of them, all of them, really. So I just further tapered around the cuticle area with, I believe that was the preppy bit from Elegance. You seen that metal carbide one. And now I'm taking just a buffing block just to kind of, to roughen up the surface and remove the shine. You can also go in and use that prep. Is it from the Apres prep, the nail etcher thing? Yeah, the tip primer. You could use that on the surface too. And then I'll show you guys, I'm going in with that buffy bit, and I went in reverse originally. This time I'm going forward and just, again, flaking that skin off. So I'm using this Madam Glam color, and later in the video, I'll show you what the name of it is. I'm using the swirly striper brush. I'm using a charcoal pencil, and which I don't regret using a pencil, conceptualize, I don't have an issue with it. It's what I literally did is because it is a very dark charcoal, and I'm trying to use a light pink, and I didn't really think about that. I promise you guys I have a really good IQ, but I didn't think about that. I should have used a white one. And nonetheless, here we go. So I'm just looking at a picture of what my client wants to get, and I'm sorry that all of this isn't in frame, but it's the best shots I had, and I feel like maybe you guys would have appreciated it even though it wasn't the best. So excuse it being blurry and kind of halfway out of the frame. It's what I had. So I'm just looking. My client gave me a picture from, is it Helena Nails? Yeah, she's the greatest. You guys know her. You've probably seen the picture. If you rewind, you'll see it in the left corner. I'm looking at my client's phone. And so I always tell you guys, pull up a picture of what you're trying to do. Come on, art is inspiration, however closely. So I'm trying to mimic what I see because that's what she wants. Although this is going to be our take on it. She wants the script, close to this style and this layout. We're switching colors and other things, but I need a point of reference, especially because haven't done this before. So I'm using these stickers. These stickers are from Daily Charm. They have great nail stickers. I love them for it. They have so many. I don't even get to use them as much as I want. I have so many more than I probably show on this channel. Yeah, I absolutely love them. So check them out. Use code TAPITHA and the number 10 for your discount. So I'm sure, is it Helena or Helen? I know she absolutely drew her snowflakes in the one. We didn't have time for that. So these are the stickers coming all different sizes. So we just use these stickers. We're going to make it work. So I'm using, this is a clear acrylic. Oh, this is the color. It's called You're the Pink. Why is it blurry? And excuse this footage too. I know it's messing with your eyes. Just squint and work with me. This is what I had. And it looks a mess. When we went into focus, you've seen how it looked. Yeah. So I'm using a swirly brush, and I just traced over what I drew, and I'm pouring this clear acrylic powder. It's just from Hand and Nail Harmony. I might have said that wrong. Is it just Nail Harmony? Anyways, so when I poured it on there, I realized that my sticker didn't really want to stick anymore because it's like powdery, whatever. This is, and I mentioned in a previous video I recorded, that a lot of nails, doing them successfully, it's literally knowing how to do it. You know what I mean? Like how to prep. But then when it comes to like, especially nail art, the art aspect of it, a lot of it is process, order of operations, I should say. And thinking that through in order to do things successfully, because not only do we want to achieve it, we want to make sure that it has good wear and longevity. And that really does matter in your order of processes. This one was a tricky one for me. And you might be like, I don't know what you mean. I don't see what you're saying. I have to ensure, one, my client wanted the background matte. That was a consideration. I did not top coat it for it to be matte. She wants the letters 3D. Well, I have to consider the fact that I need to paint the background, not paint it, I need to top coat, the matte top coat, and then do this 3D work, which I'm going over again because I realized I messed up and I need to cover some of that pencil up. So I'm going over it again, making it 3D, but I'm telling you my mistake is that I still hadn't caught that I didn't do my matte top coat. So I decided to just trace over those other ones without doing the acrylic on top for the powdered look, the sugar look. Then I realized that I need to put my stickers down. So I put them down and I used a shiny top coat over them just to kind of get them encapsulated. Then I realized, oh snap, the nail needs to be matte. So then I used a matte top coat and now you see that my sticker is matte. So, but my client wanted it the silver and the holographic effect, which it doesn't have matte. So what you'll see is me going back over and top coating, specifically only over shiny top coating, over the snowflake. Anyways, so in this nail, I thought I was going to do better and I still forgot, but I got it together. So I used the, just some glue. I used the light Elegance one, your favorite resin, and I applied that charm. That charm is also from Daily Charm, and of course you can use your discount code. They have so many good charms too. I genuinely like Daily Charm. You guys, I told you I've been using them before I was even a licensed nail tech, before I even started nail school. I've been shopping at Daily Charm, so the love is genuine. So then I realized my mistake on this nail, so I matte top coated the whole thing. After, here's the thing, some of the letters, especially that first H, that first lowercase cursive H on the other finger, that one on the left, I went over that 3 times just because, again, I didn't fully map out which order I should do things because, again, I need to ensure that we're having good wear, which means that that sticker, that snowflake sticker needs to be encapsulated really well. It also needed to play well with the acrylic powder and everything like that. And then I also had to consider the fact that I used this dark pencil that needed to be covered up. So I kind of had to bold my letters a little bit. So all in all, if I had to do it, I would do it differently, obviously. Even now that I am going over it with you guys, I don't have a concrete, like, first I'm doing this, second, like, as I think about it. It is pretty late at night, but I made it work. How about that? We made it work. But I'll just let you know, I just say all that to say, one, I got it done. You figure it out. You wing it. You do what you can. Again, the goal is to get, of course, good art, but long-lasting art. So I took the steps needed to make that happen. So now I am, that charm is glued on with that resin or nail glue, and I'm going around it with a crystal gel, just really building up around it a lot, and then blending it out as you've seen. just make sure there's no line of demarcation. And then, like I was telling you earlier, I had to go in and trace this snowflake. So in a way, I kind of drew it. Of course, it wasn't as difficult. I mean, shout out to Helena. I think it's Helen. We're going to lock in Helen. She is so good, you guys. So I don't know how I would have fared in drawing this snowflake just freehand. But anyways, so I'm just going over it with that swirly brush. And then I've been trying out magic gel lately. I've been liking it so far. This is number 65. It's a pure, beautiful, very pigmented white. And I am going and drawing. My client wanted a kind of a loose, well, I want to say loose. She wanted to make it look like a present. You know what I mean? Just kind of the cross line. I was going to say a loose interpretation of a present, but I mean, it's a decent interpretation of a present. So I'm just drawing, you know how it looks like a bow. You know when they do the bow, like a, you know what I'm saying? When you wrap the ribbon and you tie the bow, like that, you know? And then she wanted to use a bow charm. Again, charm is from Daily Charm. And y'all, besides seasonal, they have just cute stuff just on the regular, but they do seasonal stuff so well in the terms of like colors for like gels, with glitters and charms, and just, yeah. So always, and there's a link down below. You can shop with them too. They have a sale that's better than mine. If you use the link down below to shop, I still get my little commission if you love me. But, you know, of course, you're not obligated to. So I just used that resin glue again and applied that charm, got it at the angle I wanted. I didn't want it to hang over the nail too much. I see people out there, they'll hang these charms over like 3 inches past the side of the nails. Like, what are you doing? I need to see y'all's clients' nails when they come back. Like, a lot. I'm not trying to be messy. I took a tone like I was, but I'm not really. But I see people do beautiful nails, but it's like, how do they literally wear for clients? Because some things are just not possible that I see, like literally for like longevity and wear. And clients will bring it to me and I'm like, yeah, I can't do, you know, XYZ because it'll only last a day. It's going to have to be like this, you know? And they're like, and I explain to them why. They're like, oh, well, why they do that? I'm like, it's for the picture. You know what I'm saying? So it happens in nails too, you know, those type of things and interactions on social media. Anyways, I digress. So I'm drawing my little antlers. And I'm going over them with a no wipe top coat, one that's good for chrome. Okay. And I believe it's the Gossip one from Daily Charm. But yeah, whichever one that you have around, that's good for that. And I'm going back and forth on hand, so I know it's kind of scattered. This one's called Bottles with Benefits. It's from the Gel Bottle ink. So as scattered as this video is as scattered as I'm working. I'm working back and forth. So I am just drawing this abstract tree. My client wanted this. She wanted the reindeer as the topper. This client is, well, a lot of you guys may know it's the client with the long curvy nails. You guys always see, of course, her natural nails haven't made that pandemic bounce back. But we're trying. But I just shout out to her. She, on her own time, she does little arts and crafts, and she's a creative person. So we really genuinely do collab on these nails. It's very genuine. I just wanted to say that and shout out to her. So back on the other hand, I cured that in the light and I rubbed the gold chrome, again, Daily Charm, tab 7, number 10 for your discount. It's an unlimited code, guys, too. I'm not going to say it anymore. Maybe one more time during the video. But it's a limited code, meaning you can use it as many times as you want. pretty much, unless they already have a sale or something. But you don't have to make like another fake email password just to use the code again. You can use it today, tomorrow, the next day. Yeah, just to let you know. Anyways, so I cured that white. And again, this is just an abstract that goes, of course, from smaller down to bigger. And I'm adding that gold in. And it is not looking good. It is not looking right. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'll start just flicking it. I tried to draw the swirl too. Just started flicking it, put that in the light. Boom. So then we're kind of doing this. Everything's abstract, right? How many times have I said in this? Oops, sorry. Hit my desk. How many times have I said that in this video? But it's true. This is just abstract. It's not Rudolph. His nose ain't red. It's like a little white icy nose. But it's not really, again, it's just like a abstract representation of a reindeer nose, but not really. So I'm just using that nail glue and applying these crystals. Fortunately, these are still Swarovski that I have. But you can get your glass crystals, whichever you're preferring in place of Swarovski if you need some, from Blue Streak Crystals. I do have a discount code with them, and it's Tabitha and the number 5. There's information in the discount. And the discount in the description bar. Let's call it it's a discount bar. But yeah, so I'm using a crystal gel, and I can't remember which one. I believe I'm using the one from nope, can't recall. Nail Supply Glamour, I believe. But again, Daily Charm does make one if you're already there. They have it in a little tub and a tube. So I'm using the beads. The beads are from Daily Charm as well. And just apply those how I just kind of just did that, whatever felt good. And then I used a white striper, and I'm still trying to make that tree happen. You see, and I just flicked some more, trying to make it look like icy, make it more like powerful white, but I stopped with the little S shape. And I'm using that crystal glue gel. It's a gel. And I'm going all the way. I'm building up all around this charm, like so much. And then I actually put some over the middle part of the bow where it's solid gold, just to like try and lock it super in. You really want to build that up. And so I got frustrated. We had to talk about it, me and her. And so I added some abstract little strokes, kind of dry brushed some black in for some contrast. And then I put pieces of just glitter. It's just glitter that I just tapped on there. And then I cured that in the light, and now I'm just top coating. And I'm trying to top coat over the gold of my charm, not over my crystals, of course, so it sparkles, but try and give it as much protection because those charms will wear out. I mean, it's just what it is. Unless people are making way better charms out there, but that's what happens for the most part. Again, glitter, I won't say it, but you see where it's from. They have this holiday stacker. It's super cute. I have a lot of glitters from there. So this is what my client had, and that was what it was supposed to be, and we felt like it didn't make sense aesthetically. And this took a good chunk of time. I just kind of breezed past it, but we really had to think about it, and I had a suggestion that we add pink into the other nails. The issue is, and you can rewind back to when I freeze frame it, is that she wanted the gold accents. She for sure wanted that reindeer, which has the gold and the red, and that bow, which is gold and red, and these reindeer ears, which were gold. But I couldn't find my gold snowflakes, and I insisted on her, like, oh, let me find them. She's like, no, I like these. Which is absolutely fine. I was like, okay. So in order to, with that holographic, of those snowflakes to the right, that holographic silver, I pulled in Crystal AB. That does a pretty good match visual thing with silver holographic effects. But it just wasn't enough. It's just those 2-3 little crystals. So I didn't feel like it kind of helped, but it didn't all the way. So, we decided to, because that pink was pale, and it's kind of like a bright pastel pink. I decided we needed to add it to the other nails and not add the gold to that one. And for some reason, it helped it make sense. So even though there's that little bit of silver, adding that pink to the other nails, and I made it matte on the tip of that one with the reindeer, and then I made it 3D. I'm going to end up adding a line to her pinky. But for now, let's talk about these drips. You guys see me do drips a million times. Super easy. We get a dotting tool, put a dot. I'm sorry, I didn't catch it all. We're like many hours into this process. So sometimes I forget to turn the camera on. I do try. Oh my God, I tried. Don't be mad at me. But we take a dotting tool, draw a straight line for wherever we think our drip is from, and then we just kind of blend it all together. It's looking rough, but we're getting it. I mean, here's the thing with me and this client. Probably our biggest video is her drip nails. Have you seen it? Put a little water drop if you've seen the video. You know what I'm talking about? It has those drips on one hand and the cuticle cuffs on the others for some years ago. Just, yeah, put a little water droplet down below if you've seen it. Either way, put something down below because we talked about it. I'm going to keep trying to put out good, amazing content. And all I ask from you guys is just some interaction. It's free, a thumbs up and a little comment. Just put a little emoji and go on about your day. You can do it with a whatever type of face you want. You can do it out of hate, out of love, out of spite. You know, just do it. It helps interaction on my page, helps other people see it. And yeah, it helps. And I appreciate you guys and would love for you to do that for me. So I'm showing you guys, I added that pink to that nail and then I sugared it. I left it wet, poured the acrylic powder over it and put it in the light. And then we're on to the thumb. And she made a mention of doing something else. I don't know. She said what are these called? Why can't I think of what this is called? Oh my God, let me pause it. And I'm back. This is an ornament. I know it doesn't seem like I went anywhere, but that took me way too long to ponder on that. It is late, you guys, I'm telling you. So I drew a straight line, boom, cured that. I'm using that gold, made a circle with a dotting tool. That's usually the easiest way I find to make circles. Even though it's much bigger, it just helps the process. Then I cured that. And then I'm taking some crystal gel and I'm applying those same crystals that I had on that reindeer, that the red crystal, y'all told me how to say it and I forgot. The white opal and crystal AB and crystal clear, just a mix of those. And I'm filling in all the blank space between the crystals with the gold micro beads and just making that look like a full thing, you know. And that gold in the background helps. If you didn't have that gold in the background, this wouldn't read the same at all. And I tried to express it in a video before to tell you guys. So this is a perfect demonstration of what I mean with making shapes with bling. Make it first in glitter, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's an ornament, a heart, a star, a snake, whatever you're trying to get across. Draw it first in a coordinating color, preferably something glittery, because you're trying to make, you know, it look like a full thing. But anyway, so I drew my little bow, as you see. And then I'm taking this, you could just take some matte top coat on a little, not matte top coat. Ooh, it's late. Some regular shiny top coat and a tiny brush and just top coat over those beads and around those crystals, never over your crystals. And just to seal those in and make sure those beads are going to last as long as possible. Then I go around it, and I believe this nail ends up being matte. The matte and shiny top coats are both from Magic Gel 2. It is their Tackless Hyper Shine and their Tackless Luxe matte top coats. So this I sugar as well. Well, I guess this ended up being shiny. Yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, this I end up sugaring as well, or what do y'all call that process? I'm gonna call it sugaring. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it, where I am pouring the acrylic powder on it and it's ended up being 3D. I'm gonna call it sugaring, unless you guys tell me something better down below. So I'm just drawing this little bow again. Yeah, and I'm pouring that acrylic powder over it. I tap it off, put it in the light. Once it's cured, bring it out the light and dust it off. So now I'm using the clear builder again from Magic Gel. And I'm going to be applying some of these bigger glitters from this set I have from Daily Charm. These snowflake glitters, these iridescent pink ones. And I'm using this technique I've seen on social media where they use a clear stamper as the tip of your LED flashlight. The thing is, you see how big mine is? This is not how the hack or trick is supposed to technically go, but it's all I had and it worked just fine. It kind of moved it around more than I wanted, but it helped. The problem is, the reason we want to do this is because these glitters are flat, so they stick out because the nail is curved, and these want to just stay flat and they don't want to curve with the nail. Well, when you put that gel and press that jelly stamper, it helps it conform to the nail and cures it into the gel while it's, being formed to the nail. So then I added some more of that clear builder, and then I'm just adding random pieces of glitters. And again, this glitter doesn't technically have a name. On Daily Charm's website, they have I think it's a mystery stacker set. It's super cheap. I'm not trying to be wrong, but I think it's like $6 or $7 or something. And the glitters I got with mine are so super cute. I like them all. Well, except one is not my favorite. But yeah, it came with some really good glitter mixes. And as you can see, I'm literally pulling out some individual glitters from some. So don't be afraid to use your glitters like that. They don't always have to be like full coverage nail of just glitter or just glitter ombre. You can literally use them for whatever, to make images and just piece them out to do something like this. So we're just doing a scatter thing. And initially my client's inspiration, and I'm sorry, I'm off screen. I'm trying to get all the footage in that I can. But my client's inspiration was this picture, and it looked like her nails had like icing sprinkles on them. And so that's what we ended up doing with the drip nails. That's all the footage I got, and I'm sorry, don't be mad at me. On the drip nails, I end up taking those same little glitters and just applying the little ones in the drips. I top coated with that clear builder, and then I top coated again with a regular shiny top coat. And this is the final look. Well, on the drip nails, we have the nude part matte, and then I use the shiny top coat on the actual drips. So you guys, leave me like some type of Christmas reindeer drip drop snowflake emoji. Look at that ornament. It is so cute. Which nail is your favorite? I like the ho-ho-hos, but let me know. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I have some videos ready for you guys. All right, bye.